this is the issue with guys like Nick Saban and all that stuff. And I was just going to bring it up. Snug said it. It's all about the transfer portal. You need to take unhappy players from other colleges. You need to offer them the nil money, and you need to bring them aboard. And that's how you're going to make your program successful. It's not just straight 4-star recruiting anymore. The transfer portal is bigger than it's ever been, especially now because money's being thrown around. And I feel like you're seeing programs like Alabama, and now you're seeing programs like Clemson, where Dabo Swinney's getting into fights with Clemson fans on the radio. It's out of control, and everybody keeps saying, oh, Dabo is going to leave and take this. I'm wondering if Dabo is even with the times at this point. Okay, he had Deshaun. He had Lawrence. He hasn't been able to do anything since then. Now, listen, two of the greatest college I shouldn't say greatest, two of the best to play the game in college football, but he hasn't been able to recruit the same exact way as he once did a couple years ago. Not since Trevor Lawrence. And the other aspect is now you're also seeing other programs that are starting to come on the rise. Florida State. They're now getting with the times. Oregon is still doing a good job. And, like I said, remember, they got Bo Nix in the transfer portal. They got Bo Nix. So it's USC got Caleb Williams at the time. The transfer portal is what it all is about now. You can have the 5- and 4-star recruits. It's different from basketball. Basketball, it's not as much transfer portal. It's more you have to recruit the best players because it's a limited number of players on your team. With football, it's a whole team aspect of you need to know what you're getting, and you need to know, are these kids going to fit our program? And if these kids feel that they'll exceed in the program that they're going to transfer to, they're going to sign with that team because that team is going to have the money to sign them away from the team that they're at now. So that is something I think needs to be more in line with how college football is done.
In basketball, you can be a ball hog to say the least and, carry your team that way. Football, you get exposed. You have a weak line. You don't have time to throw the ball, or you don't have receivers to throw the ball to, or you don't have a quarterback who can throw the ball in a sense. So I think it kind of differentiates that way.
No, it's all about the money. It's all about the money, and especially now with some of these. Listen, in my opinion, I think some of these conferences, I don't think it can be had anymore. I think what you're going to have to do is you're just going to have to separate different teams and different conferences at this point and just do it that way. Because, look, the Big Ten's going to have Washington, Oregon, USC, and UCLA in it.
Well, we're starting to see the
Texas is going to the SEC. So it's, to me, this is just not going to – there's not going to be conferences anymore, I don't think. I think it's just going to be – and they're going to expand, I believe, to that 12-team playoff. And when they do that, that's when everything's going to hit on that end. So how I view it is this. It's a lot of these conferences, again, that's why teams like also Oregon and Washington are going to get even better in recruiting because they're going to be in the Big Ten. Obviously, teams like Rutgers thought they were going to get that. They didn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think what they're just going to eventually do is they're just going to do it. It's like Snug said, they're just going to do an entire just massive jumbo conference, no matter what. You play some team, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you can do the conference championship games anymore or anything like that. I think that's going to have to go at some point. And listen, the networks, the reason they have it too is because the networks, CBS and ABC and these teams, they want their money. Okay, they want a piece of the pie of the whole thing. And getting into
extend the playoffs, then there's your conference. You extend the playoffs.
Here's the thing: if you're gonna have a 12-team playoff, and if Michigan and Ohio State are both undefeated, what's the point of having a Big Ten West and an East? Which I think they're actually getting rid of that next year. If both Wisconsin and Ohio State were going to be in the playoff, what is the point of having the Big Ten championship game if they're both going to be in the playoff? Then that's the part that doesn't make sense. You want to say it's seeding, fine, but whatever. But at the same time, who knows? What if like a 2-loss Washington team was lower than an undefeated Cincinnati team, right? And if you win the Big Ten, but you got to play the lower seed, which is Washington, because they got 2 losses and they didn't win their conference, but they're in.